All right, one more thing I just wanted to go over. Maybe you've seen another video of mine where I'm giving you how to tell what rear diff you have, if it's a LSD or if it's what gear it is, what ratio. So this is a 5AT car, meaning it came with a 3.3 rear end. The 6MT cars came with a 3.5 rear gears. So the best mod you can do to a stock G, Z, whatever, M35, whatever platform this comes in, is upgrading that rear end. Requires absolutely no tune, makes your car faster. I'll give a breakdown of the numbers on what it's going to change in your speedo and stuff like that. Like, these cars are geared to go like 190 something mile an hour, which isn't even possible in their factory settings. So I think this one with the 3.7 rear end, which is from a 370Z 6-speed model, make sure you don't get it from an automatic model because it's not a 3.7. So from a 6MT car, 370Z, you'll get a 3.7 final drive rear end. And when you throw that on your 6-speed car or automatic car, it's going to be a lot faster, noticeably faster. So if you throw that on there, that's by far the best stock mod. If you want to leave the rest of the body alone, do that mod and you'll really feel a difference. Now, what that mod costs, that mod's going to cost you roughly, let's just say on the safe side, 500 bucks. You can get an open diff one for a little bit cheaper. So that, and that's going to depend on if you're wanting to weld the diff. Like, I got a cheaper one that was, I think it was 275 bucks, but I was going to weld the diff anyway, so it didn't really matter that it was open diff. On my G35, I wanted to get the VLSD, which is it's shit anyway. It's not really a good LSD system, but we'll go with that. But that's what I run on that car. Both of them run a 3.7. A 3.7 on an automatic car is about the same gearing as a 3.9 would be on a manual car, just because you don't have the extra gear. Now this is taken from Z1's website. Now this is a breakdown, a good reference for finding out what diff you want. It's also going to tell you what diff is in your car. So that 3.7, 3.9 is what you want. Now, while you have your diff out and apart, you're going to want to replace your rear diff bushing. Those are notorious for breaking on these G35s and 350Zs. Now, Z1 sells front and rear diff bushings, and I recommend getting both of them. I run them in all of my vehicles. Go on their YouTube channel and check out the video they have. They're going to go in more detail and tell you exactly what it is. Click on their diff bushing install video. Alright, 350Z, G35, 370Z, G37. This is your 4-bolt diff here. What I'm going to do is show you exactly, how to tell if it's an open diff or a VLSD. And this is the main way you can do it. You can do this with the car jacked up or anything. If you have a LSD car or VLSD and you turn this clockwise, the other one will go the same way. This one's an open diff because you see on that other side, and I turn this one forward, that one goes back. So it's open diff, which doesn't bother me. I'm going to have it welded anyway. Now I'm going to give you the rundown on what gear ratio it is and how to prove what gear ratio it is. It's gonna be a little harder to do if it's in the car. I guess you could jack up the whole car and put it in neutral and mark the wheel and see how many rotations of the drive shaft makes your wheel back to where it started. That's virtually what we're gonna do here. So you see the tape marks I have. Here's a tape mark here. I'm gonna put that a little more centered. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna spin this. The yoke here. So that's where the drive shaft is going to be hooked up. We're going to spin it one rotation. So one full rotation. Tape back up top. You see how far that one moved? Another full rotation. That would make it a 2-0, but it's not. So then we go another rotation. That'd be a 3. So this would be like what a 3-3 gear ratio would be or so. So I'm gonna go half, because that would be 3.5. So roughly that's what your 3.5 would look like. So this one's a little more than a 3.5, so I'm gonna spin it some more here. So you see how that's back where it started, which makes that a 3.692. Technically everyone calls it a 3.7, but yeah, that's what it is. So it's a open diff 370Z rear end. I'm swapping it into my 350Z, and it should get a good amount more. All right, I've added a graph of how your top speed numbers are going to change. In stock fashion, the car's top speed of 181 was unobtainable on an automatic or even the manual car. So dropping the 3.7 in there and it going to a 174 isn't a big deal in my mind. You're just going to get there faster. You're going to have more acceleration, which is my goal. Now this chart's going to show you a change in your highway cruising speeds. What it's going to be like at 55, 80 mile an hour, where you're going to be normally driving. Now this is going to make your gas mileage slightly less, depending on how you drive. Here are some pictures of the speedometer after the new rear end is installed. Also, I'm giving a picture of the breakdown of what your new top speed in each gear is going to be. That'll give you a good idea of where you're going to be at the quarter mile, all those kinds of things. And then maybe pause this and read what other people are saying, so you don't have to take what I'm saying, read what other people are saying. I'd say this is about the best 500 to 600 I've spent on my car, and not having to mess with anything else on it. Leave your car just as it is, throw this on there, and have a blast. Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe if you like what I'm putting out about the VQ35s, the 350Z, FX35, and G35.